Yo, what's up, guys? Your boy Shredder Chip. I'm back with another one here to bring some brand new content a brand new way. Here to talk to you guys about my Janemba deck I just made. It's called the Aggressive Demon Janemba deck here. And yeah, man, I think this deck is actually, well, don't get me wrong, I think this leader, particularly this leader, is pretty good leader in my opinion. And I'll talk to you about why I chose this leader over the other one in just a second. Keep this in mind. I'm still tweaking this deck. It's not finalized. It is not finalized. I repeat, it is not finalized. This is so far what it looks like here. As you can see, I got a decent amount of red cards, mostly blue. I'll be talking about why I chose individually these cards here in general. I think they're some pretty cool cards. And I'll talk a lot about their effects and everything. And as you can see, there's my sidebar at that as well. So with this leader, let me go ahead and look at the leaders. Is one thing you probably may notice if you watch my videos, this deck is actually somewhat similar to my Goku Black deck that I made. I made a Goku Black, aggressive Goku Black deck here, and it's kind of similar to that. But this here, I pretty much the new set's coming out. You know, I actually didn't have like a really strong intent to play Janemba, but you know what I'm saying, after reading, I've been reading actually Dragon Ball Heroes, Dark Demon World, Ram saga here, which is pretty cool. They showed Janemba there, and him having the a dark Dragon Ball inside him. He looked really very powerful. I thought that was pretty cool. I just thought he was pretty cool, and I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and look a little bit more into him. It's like, yeah, I might end up playing him. So I mean, I decided to just go ahead and make a deck, and yeah, so I just came to the conclusion just making a deck with it. So with this leader, as you can see, it says you cannot include cards with an energy cost of 5 or more in the deck. When this card attacks, you draw 1 and then place 2 cards from the top of your opponent's deck into the drop area, so which is actually pretty good. 4 life or less, untap 2, another good thing. I love untap 2 cards, I love that. And as you can see, pretty much when it's awakened, it has the same effect. Whenever you attack, draw 1. 2 cards from the top of the deck into the opponent's drop area, and also you get to negate attacks just by playing 1 blue card from your hand into the drop area, and you get to negate their attack here, which is really good. I chose this one because I don't think his permanent effect is a bad thing. His permanent effect is not bad at all, in my opinion. I mean, there are a lot of decent 4 or less cards with decks, and with my Goku Black deck, that's all it had. It was at 4 or less, so I don't think that was a bad thing at all. Now with this Janemba leader, this one, the Supreme Evil Janemba, I didn't really care too much about it here because of the fact of when you awaken this leader, you choose 1 card from your hand and you place it in the drop area. During this turn, when your opponent activates counterplay, they choose 3 cards from their hand and place them in the drop area. This leader is not going to work. In my opinion, you're not going to always come across, well, at least I haven't come across a lot of people who play Cold Bloodlust, Crusher Ball. You haven't came across a lot of that. I have yet to come across a lot of it. That's just me. And I personally think that this leader worked very well against that Sorbet Frieza leader, Wish leader. I think it'll work well against that because in that deck, you're going to play people who have counterplay. People who have counterplay cards, Cold Bloodlust, Crusher Ball. You're going to play against people like that, but how often are you going to do it? You're not going to often do it. But with this leader here, you're mainly attacking people who are going to use this draw power decks. Anybody who's going to be using a lot of draw power. I mean, if you know what I mean, I think that this deck would counteract that. So this is why I chose it. I think that's the second reason why I chose it, but I think it's pretty cool. Let's go into the deck. Let's talk about the deck instead. So as you can see, I have intensified power chunks. You already know what it does. When the card attacks, you may take 1 card from your life. If you do, you get a 10k boost. Critical, you already know what it is. You guys already know what it is. Another Furthering Destruction Champa card. I wish it said for the duration of the turn, this card would be super good, super OP. I wish they would have did that. But it says duration of the battle, so it's not that bad. I mean, it's still useful. You can still use it. But if they say duration of the turn for this card would be super good. Okay, it will be just as good as that. Matter of fact, it will be better than. Let me show you guys that card. It's a green Android card. I think it's a 2-drop. and it has Dr. Giro on it. You choose one of your androids here, and again here it says Android 20 Valve Creator. This card right here is super good. I'm playing this with my Super 17 deck. I'm definitely doing that. As you guys can see, I have Digging Deep Vegeta, another card in pretty much whenever it attacks, you may choose 2 cards from your life, add it to your hand. If you choose at least 1 or more, this card gets to, you switch this card into active mode, and it gets a 15k power boost for the duration of turn. Really good, very good pressure. You're supposed to play this Digging Deep Vegeta in conjunction with your Chain Attack Trunks. You have this already on the field. You evolve it by, you know, whichever turn. You could do it by turn 2 since it takes two red energies to evolve it. You put this out in the full field at the same time, so you have 2 cards that can attack. I mean, that's potential chance of 2 life. Matter of fact, 4 really at that. I mean, if your opponent has things, if you have you're playing against your opponent, he has cards on the field that you may not like that he'll have. He has a super combo card here. I forgot what that one drop, that time Chronoia card on the field you don't like. This Chain Attack Trunks can be used in conjunction to that. Digging Deep Vegeta right there. Like I said, all right off the bat, it's pressure. I think it'll be really good pressure. And also you have to supplement for the fact that you may have Unyielding Spirit Trunks in your deck. You attack with this card. You know what I mean? You take 1 life at that. Switch this back into active mode. Then you use this a hidden power if you wanted to. That's, like I said, right off the bat, that's pressure. I mean, you're at what? You'll be, if you're using that in conjunction with Unyielding Spirit Trunks, you're at 25k already for the second strike. Then you're using this, that's 35k. That's a definite hit here, unless they negate it. Really good. Forcing hit. Recently, I own 1, but I bought more. I bought 2 more of them. I wish I had 4 instead of 4. 3 so far is not bad. I'm happy with that. Really good card. You already know what it is. You play it. Pretty much you get to look at their hand. You choose 2 battle cards, 35k or less, and you send that to the ward. Really good. Really good. At the end of your opponent's next turn, then they return it back from the ward. So really good card. Really good card. So you get to see their hand with this deck and this destroy what they can't use here. Just take advantage of what they can't use so you can pressure, so you can KO them as quickly as you possibly can. Super combo card, Unbreakable Super Saiyan Goku. You already know what it is. You're just using it as super combo. You're never going to evolve with it. Just super combo and drawing 1 just for the drawing potential. This other card I'm using is Awakening Talent. It's another self-awakening card, excuse me. When your card attacks, you choose 1 of your life, add it to your hand, 10k boost, and it's when you bring this card, you return this card to your hand at the end of your turn. So that's really good. It'll help you out with comboing if you need to, and it can be used for pressure, and this can be used in conjunction to Legendary Flute. I mean, like right off the bat, I can think of a lot of plays you can do with this. You use this card, Talent, Awakened Talent Pan, use this to bring this back to your hand at that. Well, you swing with it, combo, you untap 1 if you wanted to, or whatever. Bring this back to your hand, then put it back onto the field. That's, like I said, right off the bat, it's pressure, it's really good. It's a really good card. This right here is Sake Demon Rocking Out, another card that allows you to look for your Janemba cards. Or you could take 1 of your Janemba's cards here that you're going to put at the bottom of your deck. And a lot of those you're going to do is for the Reality Benders. This one, and you're going to do it for the Demon Store Janemba. Now this card is hard to come by. It costs a lot of money. Keep that in mind. It costs a lot of money for that card. But it's still a good card. I put at least 3 in the deck. Maybe 2 could be maybe better, so I could put more cards in it. You know what I mean? From what I've noticed with this deck, I want to be able to defend myself as well. And that's why you saw that side deck. I had All Inspiring Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, because that's a really good card to defend yourself with. Actually, it works better than Deadly Defender Vegeta. It works hella better than that card. I mean, hella better. But going back to the Sake Demon, you want to use this, put this on the field, then you want to search out this. You want to search this out. Okay? You search this out, add it to your hand, evolve this whenever you can. Then you use this effect, right? Use this effect, You know what I mean? And its effect here is basically you choose one of your Janemba cards from your deck and send it to the ward. Okay? Alright, so you want to send pretty much either this, actually these two, just the 4-drop Janembas, just 4-drop Janembas. That's all you want to do, 4-drop. 4-drop Janembas. And then you shuffle your deck. And then you place this card at the bottom of its owner's deck and choose up to one Janemba card with an energy cost of 4 in your warp, and you play it. And you're going to be playing this Demon Sword Janemba or this Reality Bender Janemba. Okay? I think those cards are really, really good in my opinion. Like with this card, this Demon Sword Janemba has deflect on it, so they're not even going to mess with it. All these counterplay cards, they're not even going to mess with it. Place this card at the bottom of the owner's deck. It has an active main. This card you can use for pressure, and it has active main to it. That's another good thing. It has an active main. Don't get me wrong. This Reality Bender doesn't have that, but this is what I like about this one. It has an active main. You place this card at the bottom of the owner's deck, and you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and send it to his owner's ward. You send it to their ward, then they place 2 cards from the top of the deck into the drop area. That destroys some of the draw power at that. Really good. You can even I was trying to think what the chain is here. Since you're putting a lot of cards at the bottom of their deck, I mean you're placing Janemba cards at the bottom of your deck here. Remember, I mean you want this here on the field. You want this on the field, and you want to search out for these Janembas whenever you need to do it. Okay? Whenever you need to do it. And unless they don't pop this, if they pop this card, cool. Even this can help you too. Even this can help you. You help out with that. So we have super combo cards. Sparking 5, since you're going to be using a lot of resources, or you're going to be using a lot of cards in this deck, you're going to have at least, you know what I'm saying, at least 5 cards in your drop area. You already know what this is. Helps out a lot with a lot of plays. And this Reality Bender, if you have pretty much no battle cards in the field, right, and your opponent has 4 or more energies, you get to reduce this cost of this card Reality Bender by 1, which is by 3, so you get to play it with 1 energy. Really, really good. At the end of this turn, you place this card at the bottom of your deck, and then they discard 2 cards from the top of the deck. Really, really good card. Very good promo card. You already know what this is. Really good card as well. This right here, Dimension Magic, really good for negating. Hey, Sparking 5, it compensates, works together with this as well. You know what I mean? Like I said, you're going to be using a lot of cards in your deck here. You're going to be using a decent amount of cards. This right here, it's like another Sensu Bean, really. So their Sparking 5 effect is really going to help this out, and it can help you out with Self-Awakening too, if anything. But like I said, with this deck, it's missing more. Don't get me wrong, it's somewhat aggressive, but at the same time, it needs more power. I say at all the costs, Vegeta is probably a card I might put in the deck. More than likely, I would do it. Same thing with All Inspiring Intimidator, Super Saiyan Blue. These are cards I definitely want to put in the deck. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to go ahead and go to bed. Comment, rate, subscribe, and peace.